Welcome back to Etherflux Hunters. It's Dungeons and Dragons in space with bounty hunters. I'm CT Avis. I'm your dungeon master, and these guys are your hunters. Gentlemen, hello.
Yo.
Hey.
Top.
Most of us regather after a week off, where some of us were to sea, and some of us were not. We are still in the ancient laboratory of Yalen and Wutani, old research lab that once marked their partnership and exploration of all things magical. Something went bad, probably something to do with Yalen. You've been getting hints and clues as to what exactly Yalen got up to that may have turned his interest away from a partnership and more interested in power. You were hired to enter this dungeon by a patron, someone who showed themselves to be the head of RAG, the resistance group that was fighting against the corporation back on Everlight. You flew to planet Nerian, where you met up with this person, got the assignment, and learned that you have 8 hours to get to the 3rd level of this dungeon, where the dragon is. So this is a Dungeons and Dragons game. You lost some time due to some temporal hijinks on the 1st level, and you've been plotting your way through the 2nd level. Last time, you encountered some automatons, some early Warforged models that Redsout was able to talk down. Well, at least the main guy. You did trash a few of them, but for some reason, the Warforged did not attack Redsout, who is also a Warforged, and wound up listening to him as he persuaded them to stop fighting. You are now looking into a new room that has been labeled art studio. Is there any questions before we begin?
Nope.
Right.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so the artist studio is dimly lit, with dust motes swirling in the somber rays of light filtering through narrow barred windows. The air carries a faint scent of oil and varnish, mingling with the musty odor of neglect. Faded sketches and blueprints cover the walls, accompanied by a collection of half-finished models cluttered across a robust workbench. In a corner, a canvas displays a once vibrant painting of a warforged automaton in mid-flight, now dulled by layers of dust and time. This small studio once served as a sanctuary for the lab's artificers and engineers, a space to sketch designs for automatons and inventions in a bid to push the boundaries of technological progress. Amidst the chaos of the lab's history, this room stands as a testament to the artistry that once thrived here, allowing both current and former residents to find solace and creativity, even as the shadows of the corporation loomed large. Walls are littered with faded sketches and blueprints, with a scattering of dust-covered paint tools, half-finished models, and of course there's the canvas with the blue and copper colors, showing the majestic Warforged creation in flight. You do not see any enemies. What would you like to do? You're all standing in the previous room looking in at this point. There is a door to the south of room 6. It also looks to be there's a summoned mastiff. I think that was Templeton's.
No, I think that one's
No, that's Quips.
Quips, okay.
I still have a tab open with the Mastiff, so it must have been mine that I pulled from my bag of tricks.
Where are you
Oh
going?
yeah, McGruff. I remember. I pulled him.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Where are you going with the Mastiff?
All right, that was good.
That was surprisingly clever. Not surprisingly, just excellent. I'm sorry, I'm having some weird audio issues that I'm trying to fix on the fly here, but that's neither here nor there. We haven't actually stepped into the room yet, have we?
Nope.
Not yet.
I get to the door, look around, and then look pointedly at Retzout. After you.
Always send in the big guy.
Well, that and the fact that everything in there is like about him.
Not exactly about him, but yes, Warforged
Right,
adjacent.
so- Yeah.
I'll
Put my head in. And I'll follow after him.
Send the guy who doesn't search for traps in first.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just want to see if something will activate. And if not, then I'm going in after him.
no, nothing activates as Retzout enters.
Okay.
And kind of scan the rest of the room now that I'm in the room.
But I pretty much read you the description as it is. You could choose to examine any one of those features in more depth with an investigation check.
I was gonna, yeah, go ahead out. Otherwise, yep.
That's my skills list.
Heals.
Can't reach it. What would you like to examine?
Let's see. What are our options again?
Rake
Well,
models or
Yeah, there's models. There's
Yeah, let's go with the models.
okay.
Investigation.
Investigation. Yeah.
18.
18. Okay. You see a variety of body in white designs here, ideas that are being tried out. You see more primitive versions of yourself. Well, not of you in particular, but models of Warforged like yourself. And there is some progression through some of the models. The least finished are the most recent, you would gather, for they look the most like modern Warforged that you've seen, especially when you look in the mirror. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything hidden within them.
Did you said they're progressing from like an older style. Do they seem to stop at what Retzout looks like, or are there anything that look a little more fancy?
The only thing
Like
that
concepts.
the only concept that looks a little bit more fancy would be on the painting, where there is a Warforged capable of flight.
Flying. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to check out. You said blue and copper mural, I think, or painting.
Yes. Yeah, give me investigation.
Sorry, I hope I didn't overstep anybody's.
We gotta get
what they
in
wanted,
anyways.
yeah. All right, that's a gentleman's 20.
As you look at the
Not black.
canvas more closely, you see the depiction of an automaton in mid-flight with wings, apparently frozen in a moment of graceful flight. It's not like one you've seen before. There also is a lenticular technique applied to the painting In one view, the figure appears to be a regular, well, not a regular Warforged, some sort of automaton or Warforged. And then from the other, it appears to be a woman of exquisite beauty, but artificial. It's hard to see, but looking carefully, you see that she is probably some sort of artificial creation. What did you get? Gentleman's 20?
Yeah.
There's a lot to take in here as you're sort of looking at the artwork. Would anybody care to assist Abraxas?
Sure.
All right, Templeton.
Do you want me to also roll?
Yes, please.
Okay. I also have a gentleman's 20.
Okay. Prompted by
Okay.
the things that Abraxas looks at and is explaining, as he looks at it, your mind is sort of able to, okay, I got that. Then you kind of look a little more deeply. And you see there are symbols hidden among the brushstrokes. Pointing this out to Abraxas. Abraxas, you understand these as artificer design philosophy. And give me an Arcana check. Or actually, anybody can examine the symbols. It doesn't just have to be Abraxas.
I'll throw dice anyway.
I got a whole 7 on Arcana, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I might
Oh.
also examine
Whoa, what's up there, Natty?
the symbols.
Holy shit.
That 20 for a roll of 30.
Oh, okay. You clearly don't need any help.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
30,
stand
20.
back.
You guys
Never mind, though. You take it away.
can't shoot stuff, but this is what I do.
Okay.
My roll
Cripple's
says
like, "Aye, would you look at that? It's there you go, Abraxas. Joe, you can tell what it is. I know you can. I can see that gleam in your eye. Got all excited."
as my roll says. Wait, what are we looking at?
Yours is still ahead. Yeah, yours is ahead of mine. Mine was like,
Oh my
those
gosh.
are characters?
I got a 4.
The fact that you all rolled numbers divisible by 10 and stuff, it's a little weird.
That is kind of strange. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
mine
that
was
is-
7, so
Oh.
I broke the mold.
Combo breaker.
Abraxas, as you examine these symbols, they kind of pop off the canvas and swirl about you. You're able to sort of almost interact with them as if it was a hologram that you were able to examine from multiple angles. Mechanically, you now have advantage when interacting with Warforged and automatons.
Ooh.
And I'm going to send you a note in Discord here. It's got
A C sharp.
It's not the B flats.
Be naturals.
Actually, if there's any note I want to be, it would be a rest.
Long rest.
Long rest.
Additionally, with that gentleman's 20, or not with that natural 20, excuse me. You see some sort. You understand that within here there is biological coding, as if to transfer from mechanical to biological and back. This seems to go with the lenticular display of one view being a warforged, one view being an almost biological looking female figure.
All right, I make sure everyone else knows that. And then pause it. So you think he's like trying to work out a way to like pass his brain into a warforged and back and forth, maybe in an effort to live forever, or at least live a much longer time? Can that even be done? I mean, unless you're short of a lich or something. But that's just gross there.
I was just thinking that usually the only way to do that are the profane rites that one would undertake to become a lich. Very unnatural.
Perhaps this is similar, being able to pass biological essence into something like a warforged and maybe back and forth. Wait, if it can go back and forth, can it go back into a biological? Maybe another body even. Wait, is one of you the big bad guy? And you've been here all along? Is it the weird bird guy? He's new.
What the? Dude, you have to sleep at some time.
Which one of him are you talking about?
All jazz hands, all of this.
All right.
All right, so it's obviously not our kooky friend here, but
I solemnly swear I'm not here to kill you all. Yet.
check to see if if his crow feet are crossed. Wait, you're not a. Oh, yeah, wait, you are a raven, right? Yeah.
He's just gonna wait till you're nearly nodding, nearly napping.
That's right. Bleak December's when I strike.
That's I will forever use you as a napping buddy.
Sure, I like that.
Yeah, whatever.
You're bird, not cat. You're safe.
Anybody else want to look at stuff in the room?
Yes. Anyone want to look or?
I mean, I did such a great job looking around the first time. I might as well take another glance. How am I looking? Let's see. Okay, it is slightly better with investigation.
The thing that you notice the most is there's a sign to on the doorway to the south that says "Interface Chamber."
I think my character's in the wrong room. Interface chamber. Hey, didn't the other big Warforged say something about a panel? Like I don't remember now.
Oh, that's
We
not
have
one
to-
of them. That's not one of them chambers. Like, no matter what denomination you follow, you can still go in there and meditate.
That would be interfaith chamber.
Oh, that's his beak. I thought he had a lisp or something.
Um,
I don't know.
again, you need to sleep at some point.
Sleep. But I think you're right.
Yeah, I seem to recall he said something that we were looking to turn things off. I wrote it down.
I'd say from the rest of you looking around, does anybody else want to make a roll? Re-roll, or try something other than investigation?
I was just thinking, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out if there's like, it'd be investigation. I was just thinking of looking for like anything, any like hidden compartments or any like documents or anything.
Okay, you can certainly check for that. You guys could also attempt insight into sort of gaining non-technical information from the art.
Sure, why don't I go for that? And that's 30.
Same. Okay.
19 on the die.
Solid.
So you understand that this room wasn't solely a place for Yalen. This was a place for any artificer or engineer in the building to kind of chill and sort of freely work their ideas, almost like a brainstorm room. This chamber, this room, hints at the creativity that once thrived in this building before it was twisted and corrupted. A more idealistic time. And as you sort of get a sense of what it means to look at things as a Warforged might look at things, you see Thalisk's name hidden in some of the paperwork under drawings and stuff. Now, Thalisk, you ran into that name before. You were told that is probably the Guardian to the next level. Thalaskh.
How did we find his name associated in here?
I believe you learned that from
Graffiti. Talos was here.
Oh, wait. Hold on here. At one point, Templeton had a very clear sense that the being on the first floor was Thor. I can never spell his name. Thorthan. But underneath it is written in Elvish, Thorthan's name, but written backwards. The second being gives Templeton the feeling, the sense of melancholy, and can see chains that are broken around it, with Thalisk, the unbound Titan, the being on the third floor. But it isn't clear to Templeton exactly what it is, but it felt unholy.
I'm checking a few things here. I felt like that name was told to you by the robot in the previous room.
Yes. At least I think so. I think that's where we got it from.
Oh, so just to sort of continue that insight for Templeton. Being able to
Oh
look
no,
at things.
Templeton.
Pardon?
Sorry, my bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
All right. Being able to look at things from a sort of Warforged point of view as well as your own half-elven point of view, you understand how it would have been very difficult for the early Warforged, the proto-Warforged, to exist. They were something more than a mechanical servant with sentience that probably wound up evolving past what the designers intended. And a Warforged who was caught in that servitude but conscious would be someone who is unstable, would be the most unstable in the sense that they are under a compulsion to do their duty, to perform their task, but a yearning to be free of it. I think that about does it, unless there was somebody else who had a roll.
Or instead of what I was saying before, that this is a way to get a Warforged sentience into a more organic body. So the other way around. To free a Warforged, so to speak. From its shell. Maybe one that feels like it's enslaved or entrapped in a robotic shell. Or a Warforged shell.
I don't know. As someone who's lived in a shell my entire life, I actually find it to be quite comfortable. Sorry, you set me up for that one.
that, was perfect.
You know what I hate? OneDrive.
Okay.
I'm trying to say something locally. I want to send it to the freaking cloud. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I don't have a
Thank
connection
you,
right now.
Microsoft.
Okay.
What's even worse is when you get those error messages because your OneDrive is full and you're like, I don't want to send anything there.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Are you headed south then? Yes.
I think that would
Yep.
be logical.
Yes. Yes.
There's no actual door here?
There is. I just didn't
Oh,
draw
okay.
it. The room has an unnatural darkness to it. As you stare and peering into it, you cannot quite perceive what is within, even those of you with dark vision.
Like we talking pitch black, like magical darkness?
Something that's thwarting even dark vision. So that might be dark vision or a magical effect. Yeah.
Okay. Or a wall. Sorry. Or a wall painted in what's that called? That like pure black, that pure matte
Oh, the
black.
Vanta Black.
Vanta Black.
Yeah,
Vanta black.
that's it. Yeah.
As long as you're not going to give us the what's this?
Well, that looks kind of ominous.
No, they just turned some of the lights off to save energy, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Go on in.
I'm trying to see if I have.
I'm not going in there. I can't see in the dark.
I mean, I can't either, so you know.
Wait, hold on a second. This may be silly. In fact, I'm fairly certain it is.
Surfing your website. No, that's just crazy. Or nuts, anyway.
Um,
I can try Dispel Magic.
what if I cast Fairy Fire in there? Oh, we don't know if anybody's in there for it to react to.
And I was just reading Dispel Magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So we don't really know what's in here, so I can't target anything, right?
It's a magical effect, potentially.
Well, I attack the darkness. I will attempt to dispel magic, which DC equals 10 plus spell level. I guess I'll cast it at 3rd level. Yeah. $120-foot range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Please make an ability check using your spellcaster ability.
My spellcasting ability. Okay. DC is 10 plus spell level. I always have a hard time trying to figure out where the hell that is.
You should be right on top of your spells list.
I see modifier, spell attack, save DC. Wait, what happens if I just click it? Will it do it? Nope, but it takes up the slot. Moment,
just
please, as I try to
the
figure out.
Make the check.
Who knows? Say.
Your save DC is 18. Your spell attack's plus 11. Your modifier's plus 5.
Correct.
For an artificer, I imagine intelligence is your ability.
Probably. I'm thinking yes, because that's also a plus 5. So,
Yes.
I mean, I suppose I can just roll and add plus 5, right? Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I find? Oh, no. Sorry, I'm just still trying to find the official way to do it. I can't. So we'll roll a d20 and see what happens. And wow, that could have gone much better. Plus 5 for a massive 13.
Um, 1 don't see any change in the darkness.
No, I got nothing.
Here, give me one end of fettuccine and I'll see if I can sneak in there. See if I find anything.
All right. What do you want me to do with the other end?
Preferably hold on to it.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say something far worse. Tied to your own intestine from the inside. All right, Red's out. You hold the other end. You're way stronger than I am.
All right.
Just in case something tries to eat Templeton.
Also, this way, hopefully I can't get disoriented and not find my way back.
I saw a hollow vid of this once. This girl goes missing in her own house, and her mother tries to do something like this by walking into a closet.
And how did it work out for them?
She kept trying to shout at the daughter to walk into the light or something, and then they fell out of the ceiling on the first floor into a tub or something, surrounded by some sort of ectoplasmic goo. And then the house collapsed in on itself.
Quite reassuring tale to tell right now.
Yeah, that's not very realistic. I've been dealing with ghosts forever. They very rarely destroy houses. hardly at all, ever. Only a few reported cases.
I mean,
Not terribly many.
It depends on the ghost. I mean, if they don't. We're trying to give it. Never mind.
I was trying to be. I was trying to
Yeah,
make
right.
you feel better.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Don't. It's come on. Bit of reality here. Get in there.
Okay.
I mean, good
so
luck.
I'm
Thanks.
going to try to stealthily. What? That's not. No. Undo.
Definitely drew a
Rolling out the red
object.
carpet.
I
Templeton travels in style.
That's funny because I'm going to need a big splash of blood in a second. You can just leave it.
Okay.
I,
Or are we playing tune and he's unrolling his tongue?
Oh yeah.
15 feet long.
okay. Can I go back to the select tool and actually?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know either. Yeah. So I like to go in and kind of start making my way around the edge here and see if I can figure out if I can see once I'm in there or what I can encounter.
All right. So you kind of creeped into the darkness, feeling along the wall. Give me a saving throw for dexterity.
Goody. Nat 20,
Not 20.
which makes it a 29.
You start to feel yourself being pulled into the darkness. You manage to kind of reach out, grab on between Fettuccine and the wall, and your feet are actually dangling into the darkness. You're like vertical. I'm sorry, horizontal.
Oh.
That's dumb. Horizontal. Wait, east and west, and horizontal and vertical.
Yep.
Maybe I'm slightly dyslexic. I don't know.
Spatially dyslexic.
Retzau, give me a strength. Give me an athletics check.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Um,
I can't help you.
Hmm.
Templeton, suddenly the rope you're clinging to, you're still holding on, but no one else is. And you get shot into the darkness.
Oh, and you're to blame.
Oh.
And Templeton, if you'll be patient with me
Yeah.
for just a second, I'm going to send you a note.
Can't
Gonna
wait
give
to read this one.
Fettuccine. Gonna give Fettuccine a bad name.
I'm thinking more of giving the bad name to the guy who didn't hold on.
Yeah, I know, right? Lost the bard and the magic rope.
Retzel, how come your hands all empty?
Yeah,
Huh?
weren't you holding fettuccine there, bud?
And isn't Templeton on the far side of that?
I mean, I'm sure he's still on the other end of that rope.
Since Fettuccine's supposed to like hold itself.
Yeah, Templeton,
That ain't
command Fettuccine to pull you out, or something.
You get no answer. Templeton, you don't hear anything. You do not hear them yelling to you.
Don't go into the light, Templeton.
Well, I mean, aren't we in the
Oh,
room?
dark
So,
in there.
yeah,
Wouldn't you
come-
want to ride some light?
Yeah,
Go to the. He can't. I don't know if he can hear us.
well, go on in there and find out.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
Wait, don't do that.
How do we know that that doorway ain't some giant mouth?
And that's
The-
the main
the-
doorway.
The whole room is a mimic. Did
don't
I just give
do
Chris
that.
another stupid idea?
Mimic the room.
Damn it!
Shit.
Templeton, it's no longer completely dark to you in the room, but the light does seem to pulse. There's a soft light. You do not. You see the rope coiled behind you. You see a doorway, but looking through the doorway, you do not see your friends. There's a sort of crackling energy in the air here. There's also a large central console.
Muted Tim. I think.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
even hit the button. Ow. Okay. I mean, not that I was aware of. Yeah, I guess I go look at the console.
As this place was known as the interface chamber, you would guess that this is the interface. How well versed in Arcana are you?
I have a 2.
Give me a roll with disadvantage.
Ooh. Oh. Nah, hell with it. I'll let that roll stand. I had a 15 and a 1.
So one
Oh.
then with disadvantage. To
Wow.
Yeah.
to quote Captain America, it seems to run on some sort of electricity.
There sure are some buttons here.
I understood that reference. Ah. Little meta.
Back on the outside of the room, what would the rest of the Stooges care to do?
The Stooges. I like to think that Abraxas has been shouting this whole time. Templeton! How come he's not answering? Templeton! Templeton!
Just shouting at different volumes and tones.
Screaming into the
Templeton!
Literally
Corvix standing
screaming
by
into
the
the
door.
Go ahead.
Templeton, Templeton,
Corvix.
Templeton, Templeton.
By the door, his eyes closed, shaking his head like, what? All right, we're burning daylight, and I've lived a great life so far, so I'm going in there. Well, I wouldn't say it was great, but whatever.
Okay,
I'm gonna
before
go
we go
get
in
him.
there, are we doing a rope thing again? And
We
this
don't
time we
know.
don't trust Rats out.
I wouldn't trust me.
What's the worst that'll happen? I'll be vaporized.
Yeah.
Cook can bring me back, kinda, sort of.
I mean, you'll be turned into
Probably.
some sort of dinner. Wait.
One way or
Fucking a
another.
fried chicken.
Yeah, you go first.
Ah,
There's no way Corvix tastes good. I've seen what he eats.
Corvax. You start to feel. Corvax, you start to feel the same pull that Templeton felt. Do you wish to resist it, or do you want to go with it?
nope, I'm going right for it with arms wide open.
So you sort of glide into the room, knee lined up, poof, next to Templeton. You see that he is standing next to the console with a bunch of arcana on it. The perimeter of the room is dark. You guys are almost in like what you call like a soft spotlight. You can't quite see the walls of the room.
This is a cheery place you've discovered.
Did
What's
you
this
just,
thing?
like, show up and it's a control panel.
What's it
think
control? Does it have lights?
it controls something, probably, maybe.
Did you hit your head on the way in here? Are you okay, is what I'm saying. Somehow.
No, I'm not okay. I just got sucked through some black anus of a back door into this room.
Hey, do you have that rope still?
Yeah.
Good. So, what's this thing? Control panel.
Do you need me to read it again?
Is there any debris or anything that I can find?
In your circle of light, which I've now marked, no.
I'm gonna grab one of my rocks from my little pouch that I have for animating objects, and I'm just gonna put like a T on it with ink and then throw it through the doorway that doesn't look right.
As you throw the stone, it curves around and comes back to you.
Okay, I pick it up, put it back in my pouch so I still have the stone for later.
When you animate it, it will be Mr. T.
So is there writing on this console?
Yeah, would you like to do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Worked out so well last time.
What's your modifier for Arcana?
+6.
Oh, okay. You've got a pretty good shot at this then.
Let's not be hasty. I've seen these dice in action. Oh, net 20.
Damn! Oh,
you.
Wow.
Okay.
So like I was saying, these dice are great. When they work.
Well, the first thing you're able to decode is the lights button. And from that, you would suspect the button next to it would deactivate the magical effect. But with a nat 20.
So does this thing remind me of anything that I might have seen at any of the corporate places that I've worked? Like, it doesn't share a glimmer of a resemblance?
There's a rudimentary familiarity that you have with it. It's obviously way older than anything you've ever worked with. Again,
Just trying to
early prototype.
Right. Trying to explain how familiar, like, trying to explain the way the good roll.
Yeah, I mean, there's something there. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what you understand about this. Because even though nat 20, there's certain things you may not get.
Sure.
You start to unscramble the coding, and you realize that this console once controlled and programmed Warforged. And this seems to have the fingerprint or the thumbprint of, not the literal one, but the sense that this was one of Yelan's personal control centers. There is a complex assembly of interlocking gears and glowing runes. You notice as you touch the console, and it kind of becomes translucent. You also see a list of stored commands on on a sort of crystalline monitor, a very thick cubic monitor, very old. Nothing like that is being used today. Hold on just a second here. Where are the terms? Here we go. Query. Activate. Access. Status. Probe. Retrieve. Now, meta-wise, this is a puzzle to solve that will require experimentation. Certain people may be better at this than others.
You said I could figure out a way to turn off the effect,
Yes.
so I would probably flick that
Okay.
before going any further.
The darkness disappears, and the room, the light shines throughout the room. You guys on the outside also see this. On the perimeter of the room, you see the remnants of arcane machinery and other intricate devices once used to program and control Warforged. You all notice that the air sort of crackles with a sort of static electricity, and there's a faint scent of heated metal. There are murals on the walls here depicting proud Warforged lined up in impeccable formation, but it is dulled and fading. And you are all aware now of the large control module, at which Korvac stands somewhat triumphantly, smiling at you as he has managed to deactivate the magical effect and turn the lights on.
Just before the darkness goes away, Abrax is like, Corvax, Templeton, can you hear? And then the Darkness disappears. See? That's all it took, was just yelling their names a bunch.
Yes, Abraxas. I'm sure it was you yelling that helped, and nothing that either Templeton or Corbex did in there.
I mean, you saw the evidence, right? It's right in front of your face.
Aye.
Honestly, sure as hell wasn't me.
Was he still yelling out there?
Yeah, you
The
guys can hear each
whole
other.
time.
What the
When doesn't he yell?
I mean, this is true.
I was just whispering.
He is sleeping.
I'm definitely going in because I see cool machinery. Just, yeah. Get that out of my face.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh.
So, as distracted as he is, I'm trying to relay to him that there's this screen that has the commands on it, and it looks vaguely familiar from other machinery that I've seen in other corporate buildings. And just, are you listening? Or all right.
You just said something. Hey, what do these buttons do?
Oh God.
I click retrieve or type in retrieve.
Okay.
Gotta find out what these things do, right?
Probably would have started with status.
It's like R E
Syntax error.
T R. Oh, maybe we gotta tell it to something to retrieve. Retrieve Arnolf.
Unrecognized input, Arnolf.
Ah, yeah. See, we gotta put in something, but I thought maybe that would help him manifest.
Wait, he's not.
Where is he
trying to get in,
anyway? No. How cool would that have been?
Status flight module?
There you go.
Status what?
Flight module.
I don't. Flight module?
Yeah, I
Can
think
we- Yeah,
like talking about the concept Warforged flight thing.
yeah. See if we can give Retzel a.
Oh, okay.
They could be
Um,
Rocket Man.
That's also a syntax error. That is unrecognized term flight module.
Oh well. Sorry, Rat. It was worth a shot.
Those of you who did decipher the symbols
good.
from the painting, you might be able to do a roll here to help you. Also, are Rhett and Quiplik in the other room still?
No, I Quip would have come in.
Yeah.
Come here, McGruff. Don't touch anything. Good boy.
All right, let's see here. What happens if I do a query?
Welcome, Prime user.
Oh,
That was
Did you hear
not
that?
that was not in response to Abraxas. That was as Quiplik and Retsout entered.
Oh,
Oh.
I bet it recognizes Rhett here.
Yup.
don't be silly. It's your shell.
It's the dog.
Although my shell has gotten me plenty of recognition over the years. It's the dog.
I love that. All we needed was the dog this whole time.
Who is a good boy? Who is a good boy?
Oh,
10 print. Who is
Wagging
a good boy?
intensifies.
20, with a 10.
Does
Red
this
Sox.
say PowerShell admin user?
Oh, heyo.
That's how. Why don't you give this a shot? I think it recognizes you as the as a prime user, as a prime mover.
All right, so I'll walk up to it.
All right. Give me Arcana with advantage.
Try 1001001.
That's it.
Oh, 17 or 17
Very good.
plus 2
Um,
for 19.
No, 19.
Okay. Red, so you kind of go. You start kind of looking over it. You have this sense of you've never seen this before, but it also seems deeply familiar to you. It's more of a sense than a cognitive action. It's you can't put your hands on things, trying to okay, well, what do I press? What do I click on here? And then suddenly, you guys suddenly see Rhett go straight. Rhett, you're not in trouble. Your mind is going down a corridor, and it comes to a door. One door indicates something of memory. Another new information. And you have a sense that trying to access both would be very difficult, if not impossible. So essentially, you have a choice here. You can either pursue personal background, or you can try to explore new information for a way to move forward.
And we just see him stiffening up, right? Like he's just,
Yeah.
yeah. So you're all like cyberpunky.
Right. I'm going to choose the information, the new information.
Okay. Please input code.
Input code. All right. Access. Rets out. Or is there a code that I should have, or?
Give me a history check.
So close to a nat 20. I'll go 16 though.
No, you don't recall anything. And for a moment, as you kind of ponder this, you kind of come out of the trance and you're back in the room looking at your friends. So now you have a chance to consult with them.
Okay. All right. That was a little weird. I mean, did I know that I was kind of like zoned out?
Yes.
Or, okay. I didn't know if it was like zoned out to everybody else, but me, I'm kind of still like perfectly functional. So I'm aware of what just happened.
It was like putting on a VR
All
headset.
right. Okay. Alrighty, that was a little unexpected there. Kind of presented with a couple options here, a couple different directions, and I'm not entirely sure. Part of it, I'll be a little selfish here. Just kind of gave me an opportunity to kind of learn about some history that I feel like I've been missing, for all my life, perhaps. Just maybe really unlocking stuff that have kind of might give me insight into who I am. But another path we had, it seemed kind of like this something new, something that might kind of help us to figure out exactly what we're here for.
I didn't
Uh,
think
and-
spice use could affect Warforged.
yeah, right. But yeah, maybe all the stuff that they're doing between robotic and organic, why not? But it was looking for a code, and I got nothing, and it kicked me out of whatever it was that it put me in before. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped here. Anybody got any thoughts or anything? Uh, when it said code, was there any clue at all as to what type of code? Something alphanumeric, something otherwise, or is there anything obvious?
You had a sense that it was looking for a numeric code.
Okay. So yeah, to me, it seemed like something numeric, something uh, yeah, and I got nothing. Anything? Anybody see
I mean,
anything in like any of the murals or anything in that other room? Something that we might have
There
listened
are
that
murals in this room.
might. There's murals in this room. All right.
Does anybody would like to make some sort of checks?
yeah, for sure. Um, you said the murals were of like lined Warforged in formations. Was that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I checked those out. See if I can't glean any kind of information from it. I'm actually going to check it out to see if it has the same effect as the other paintings and stuff that have that lenticular effect, and
Oh. Mm-hmm.
see, especially see if I can't find any more of that, like the script that I saw before.
Say that again.
I'm going to take a look at the murals in here. I'm going to take a look to see if it has that lenticular effect still, like the other ones
These do not.
did, or the other paint. And see if maybe it has any more of that, like the hidden symbols.
While
Okay.
he's doing that, I got to step away real quick for a second.
All right. So that's what Abrax is going to do. What would the rest of you like to do?
Can I use insight to see if there's anything that makes sense from what I was looking at before?
Yes.
That's 19.
19. Okay, so let's make a note here. 19. Insight. Templeton. And what were you looking for specifically with that? A sense of what?
See if there was anything that would give a clue towards either the numbers or well, yeah, towards the numbers or the code that he was looking at.
Okay, as you sort of are like kind of pulling in everything, trying to what the, you're trying not to look at it with your intellect so much as your intuition, and you're not seeing numbers. You're seeing fire. You're seeing water or ice. You're seeing dirt or earth, and you're seeing air. Now, this is something you guys have encountered before elsewhere in this complex. And you have a sort of sense there's a sequence involved with
Hey, do you guys remember what the sequences were for the fire, the ice, the dirt, the air? When
Well,
we were doing that before?
hold on to that question. Let's go around and give everyone a chance to do their check on what
Okay.
they're thinking. So, Quiplik, do you wish to do anything?
Um. Yeah, I just can't think of what.
How about Corvex? Do you have an idea?
We're doing like an investigation or perception type film.
Sure. What are you trying to perceive?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't expect that they would make a mural that has their password on it, but seeing if I could glean anything from those, that might be a direction to
Okay,
at least pursue.
that's very good. And now, let's go back to Abraxas. Give me your, was it Arcana?
Sure. Yeah. 28.
And Quiplik, did you think of anything?
No, sorry.
Give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Rolling.
Oof. That was not a great roll. A 9.
Okay. So not going to be a lot of help with that, I'm afraid. Okay, so Templeton mentions out loud that he feels he's not getting a sense of numerical code. He's getting a sense of the elements, and he asks this question out loud. Does anybody remember that sequence? As he says this, Abraxas is searching the murals for the same kind of coding. Sure enough, he finds it. Corvex, you see him alert to it, and you start to kind of follow his lines as he traces his fingers along the symbols. And you decode the following. The spark ignites the core. Roots draw power. The breath gives life. The flow completes. Since I don't expect you to necessarily get all that, put that in the VDT chat. And again, the elements that Templeton observed were water / ice, earth, air, and fire.
So the last time we had to deal with that, there were the 4 pillars in the time juice vial room. But that one we required actual physical evidence to manipulate each thing. We used a piece of lichen on the, I believe it was on the earth pillar. But the time before that, where we had the 4 cardinal directions, if you guys remember that one,
Yeah, that's what I
Aye.
was thinking. Yeah.
we were able to manipulate it so that north was equal to fire, south was equal to ice, east was earth, and west was air. Now, I don't know if that's the same here, but there must be something similar. I'm just gonna copy paste that just so we can see what it was. You can just pretend like that's Abraxas repeating it annoyingly.
Oh, just like mumbling it over and over again.
Yeah, like to himself
Right.
so you can hear him. This means something. You can see him shaping. I don't know where he got the mashed potatoes from, but he's building
Building
a large
the
flat
devil's
topped
peak.
mountain.
Yeah.
A butte, if you will. So maybe in the same regards, it's like spark is fire, roots is earth, breath is air, flow is water,
Yeah.
and a waitress.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Huh? What?
You lost me at the waitress. The rest of it made quite a bit of sense, actually.
Kiss my
I
grits.
didn't. I just said flow is water. That's
I'm gonna
it.
kiss my grits.
I stopped right there.
Maybe there's some kind of echo in here. Never mind.
I thought Flo was trying to sell us insurance.
I mean, in this day and age, it's very common for people to work more than one job.
All right, I know he drinks, but are the rest of you drinking during all of this?
You're the only
I
one that
mean-
hasn't been taking sips.
Brett, are you still at the console and are you touching it? Brett's out. Are you still at the console and are you touching it?
Yeah.
As Abraxas explains the directions thing, a compass rose appears. Pops up on the console.
Look at here. All right. So what are we're doing? Got a compass here. All right. Nothing indicating anything else other than just a compass rose. Do we try and I don't know, put an element to these directions or something? You're talking about fire north and ice to the south. Do we have something that we can use to, I don't know, maybe touch a point on the compass rose here, and maybe that'll work for us.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something right now. Hang on. I don't know if this is exactly the same, but I'm thinking, like I said, if a spark is equal to fire and that's used to ignite the core, the last time fire was represented by the northern direction. And just like that, roots to represent the earth, and that was the eastern direction before. Breath representing air, perhaps, western direction. Flow representing water, where I believe the last time it was ice, another form of water,
Right.
in the south direction.
Especially appreciate the Boston accent when you say Wada.
Water.
But yeah, to me it seems like it should be done in some, some logical order.
By the way, meta sentence here. About every third sentence, Abraxas drops like 2 or 3 F-bombs. Just, I don't know that I want to say
just
that
so we
that
can
much.
fill them in for ourselves.
And has been since day one. So.
We're not monetized
That's why he's
yet.
so popular with kids.
Quickly, give me a chance for redemption here.
Sure.
Give me a skill check.
A skill check?
Yeah, you give me an argument for one. You can say like survival because he's talking about directions and elements, or
Yeah, you know what? That actually makes a fair amount of sense. Both directions and elements are survival related things. Yeah, okay. Quiplic's gonna start like going through his Turtle Scout days. He's gonna think back to the lore. I know. What did my master Atoy say?
Holy
Whoa,
shit.
I rolled a 29. Was at 19 on the die.
Nice.
all right. So, you from your Turtle Scout days, Master Ott, your nature training, you do remember cardinal directions have numbers associated with them. Degrees. North is very often depicted as 0 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
South is very often depicted as 180 degrees. East 90 degrees, and west 270.
Aye, so if you were to take the number associated with each cardinal direction there, and put them in the order suggested by that little saying, wouldn't the resulting total number perhaps have a chance of being the code that we're looking for to enter?
It could be the total number or the individual numbers. Total number would be 540. Just saying.
I would think the individual numbers in sequence myself. Or else what would be the point of ordering the statement be?
As Quiplik says,
Well, I
this,
guess
Retsa, at the console, you notice a little number or input. I should say input section, but little input areas on top of each cardinal direction appear.
Now,
So I guess
can
if-
they see that as well, or is that something that I can see?
They can see it as well.
Okay. I'm thinking we may be onto something.
I mean, if it connects to that other puzzle that we figured out, and if it's going to go in order of the poem,
F-bomb.
I'm think of the freaking poem. I'm thinking it's like 0, 90, 270, and mother freaking 180.
Picturing Abraxas after a long day now. I am sick of these mother freaking puzzles in this Monday to Friday dungeon.
Monday.
The TV edit.
I don't know. Give that a shot, Rhett. Input the codes in that order and see if the freaking console responds.
All right. And I will
This
do so.
freaking guy.
All right. Now, no numeric code appears. However, you imagine to the north. You imagine the number 0, and sure enough, a 0 appears on the northern point of the compass rose. So what was next?
East. At 90 degrees. I'm assuming that we want to go in order. Or do we feel that that this is that it's a
go-
logical
go-
order?
I was thinking going in the order of the actual the phrase that you got, but I don't know.
Okay.
I was
I
thinking
mean, it
the
makes
same.
sense that the spark ignites the core. If whatever it is that start the core, then we draw the power, we get air, and then the flow completes. So
Just
it
so you
seems
know,
it
John
seems a
did,
logical order.
John did put it in the Discord chat, the order he came up with.
Mhm.
Just make sure everyone's aware of that.
Yep.
Yep. Which is the same as what you got here. Just top to bottom.
Yeah, but you got to think it.
All right. All right. So I'll think. All right. So the next one, east. Okay. 90.
East, yep, 90 appears on the eastern point.
And then 270 to the west.
270 appears.
And then 180 to the south.
180 appears. You guys see him go stiff again. You go hurtling back down the hallway at an incredible speed, and you're faced with the two doors again. Both open up, but instead of seeing a room beyond them, you see a series of pull-out drawers. Whoops, I just got disconnected.
Did you say drawers?
Let me see.
Picking drawers.
Whoops. So essentially, you guys have just been able to unlock both doors, which was not likely, but you did it. Trying to look at my notes here. I just had it now. Okay. The personal history one is labeled Retzout, probe designation Echo Prime. The future designation, the future information is designated as Thalask's Essence. Brett,
All right. So I'll.
you
Go ahead.
feel a sense that you do have an opportunity here to try to approach both shells, but there is risk involved to yourself and possibly to your friends, but you can't really judge that.
Does it require doing something simultaneously, or do I have to choose one over the other to start with?
You would essentially have to try to pull two drawers at once.
Ah, just like college all over again. Grabbing two pairs of drawers at the same time. Hey, this guy playing freaking grab ass over here.
Yeah, I gotta try it.
Okay. All right. What skill would you? So give me. Get to me Fresno second. Give me either. No, give me dexterity. That's what works here. I will warn you that the DC is quite high.
Saving throw?
No, a skill check. So if you look on your character
okay.
sheet, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see-
yeah, yeah. It's like I'm so not used to. Oh God, so I was on 16. Oh, it disconnected. Awesome. So 11.
you failed so badly. No, you got disconnected. Okay.
Can I cat bell that?
You can count bell. You can count bell, cat bell any roll.
What are the chances? Yeah, I'm gonna cat bell that. All right. Not much better. 13.
I don't know if I can ask the DM to give you.
Oh, can I give him
You don't know what he's doing.
inspiration? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Because he's kind of in his own world, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I kind of figured that I'm like detached from everyone else right now.
You're net running.
Right, you take 9 points of force damage. In the room, a panel opens up and 4 robots appear.
Excuse me?
Roll for initiative.
See, we used up all of our good rolls on all that stuff earlier, and now we're gonna pay for it.
I don't know what you did, Rip, but wish them away. Well, if it ain't Mayor McFrickin' Cheese, we meet again.
I'm gonna double quarter pound your ass.
Have you had that in the pipeline this
No,
whole time?
Just came up with it.
That's amazing.
That's
Beautiful. It's gonna give you the Whopper. Wrong restaurant, but
Okay, everyone rolled.
Yeah.
McCheese won.
Yeah.
Rolls up
Yes.
to Quiplet.
His mouse.
He is going to try to attack with his tentacle arms and miss for his first attack. And a 24 Quiplet.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You are grappled and restrained.
Okay.
I can pop that out, can't I? Yes. That is very useful. Okay, so Greybot. I'm just going to position Rhett right in the center of where the console is. He's going to attack Corvex. It's cargo tentacles. First attack's 14.
Ah, misses.
This is, and second 20.
I'm gonna say that misses, but it doesn't.
It hits for 13 bludgeoning damage. You are also grappled.
Oh, freaking prick.
You are not. It doesn't say specifically. The red bots, they said when they grapple, you're restrained. For the green bots, it does not say that. So you're just grappled. Let's see. Next. Oh boy, the bots rolled really well, didn't they? Actually, hold on a second there. I have my finger still on it. This one's going to shoot its laser. It's 3 laser attacks. It's going to shoot Abraxas, Templeton, and Corvex. It misses Abraxas with a 7. With a 24 to Templeton, that's a hit. And for Corvex, a 22 is also a hit.
Oh,
Templeton, you take 14 radiant damage. And so do you, Corvex. At least it didn't fire its grenade. Templeton, it's your turn.
Oh,
So, which one's the one that shot us?
That one, but both red bots have, you know from experience, both red bots have laser attacks.
Mm-hmm. Corvex is not grappled, but he's right there, so I'm going to come out swinging. I'm assuming a 23 hits.
Yes.
And that's a 30, or yeah, no, that's a 28. So yeah, that better hit too.
Yep, those are 2 hits.
Okay, so one of those, one of those, and don't forget to add the pluses this time. That's a total of 28 damage, and the poison doesn't do anything, right? I think I've already figured that out.
Yes, they are immune to poison.
Okay. And that's my attack.
Abraxas. You're muted.
was that the one directly south of Templeton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move here. Whatever. Move one down, one more. And I'll target that same guy as well. Oh, can't remember how tough these guys are. We'll go with the regular lightning launcher attack. So, shot number 1 is... Wow, okay, it's a
Wow.
nat 20. Maximum damage is actually only a 12. Plus, and then I roll the d6 after that. So, was it maximum damage plus a roll?
Yes.
All right, so that's actually, this has always been confusing to figure out because of that additional d6. So this is 1d6 plus 6 for max damage is 12 with another d6 roll. That's not the bonus. That's 14, and then the bonus d6 is 19 points of lightning damage.
Were you doing the sharpshooter or no?
I wasn't, and I should have. I was afraid these guys were harder to hit than I remember. So I'm assuming he's pulling an Elton John and is still standing.
Correct. He,
Yeah.
Between the two attacks, he got very messed up. I would say,
Okay.
just as you engaged in combat, you noticed the green bots were about as, they were about as new or intact as you're used to. Red bots did not look as necessarily as integral as the previous red bots you ran into.
Interesting. Well, I'll still take my second shot on the same guy. God, I really should have gone sharpshooter. That's a 31 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, it's
And it's an additional 11 points of damage. Lightning damage.
yeah. You see like the lightning circling through, like a little black smoke. It's still rocking and rolling.
Yeah, that's it. Man, I could have had 20 additional points of damage. If only I know how the dice are going to roll ahead of time.
Red Cell, you are currently locked in this virtual space. Would you like to try as one of your action this round could be one of the two. You could either try to make a wisdom saving throw to break through, to come back into the real world, or you may attempt to stay in this world and try your attempt again, but there's no guarantee that's going to do anything to help your friends.
I'm already in it, so I'm going to try and stay in it.
Okay. You're going to try to pull two cores again, two drawers.
Yes.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Dirty 20.
30-20. That's enough. All right. From your drawer, your brain processes a series of images in arcane text, which you understand. Galen created multiple probes like you, scattering them across the multiverse. Most were lost or their signals faded over centuries. You are designated Probe Echo Prime. You are the most successful. Purpose, that leaves off. You did not. You'd have to pull another drawer for that. From the other drawer, you see designation Thalisk Core. Thalisk has a specific shutdown frequency, and you don't know what that frequency is. That would require another drawer pull. However, you were also informed that Thalisk has 3 stages that he will go through upon encountering. 2 aggressive stages, and then like 1 cooldown phase where he may be reasoned with. Quiplik.
Yes, I would like to cast Thunderwave.
Word on the guy next to you.
Yep.
All right.
It is a Constitution savings throw, and the DC is 18.
He fails. 14.
Aw, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Upon a fail, takes 2d8 thunder damage. Okay, 13 thunder damage. And I'm pretty sure this is one that pushes.
Yep.
Yes, he is pushed 10 feet
Oh,
away
10
from
feet.
me.
Okay. This way in the corner?
Yeah. Hey, keep your hands to yourself.
Don't give me no lines. You think keep your hands.
Yeah.
He also trips over.
Hey, don't go getting songs stuck in my head. Sorry.
He also trips over his spawning tube, and he's prone.
Nice.
Anything else?
Just that.
Corvex.
Well, I got this guy. I'm grappled, all right.
You are. You can still attack in the grapple condition. Let me see if I can get this to read this to you real quick. Why didn't it give me the right thing? We are grappled. Your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. You may attempt to escape the grapple using contested. As the grappled person, you can contest this with your agility or your strength, or you can still attack. You're just kind of like you can't move. You can kind of go like. Well, maybe not like
Unless
that.
I can wiggle my fingers, I can cast a spell.
Yep.
So I'll hit him with Toll the Dead. It's a Wisdom save 17.
He fails 8.
Very nice. So it takes 25 necrotic.
How do you want to do this?
Wow.
Oh, I just want him to melt into a puddle. Rust and oil and everything else. There. Touch me. Gross.
You go.
Well, there's one. But our McCheeses are still around.
All right, let's see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 targets. Quiplick, Templeton, Corvex, and a Paraxis. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see which one this guy attacks.
Not it.
2, he's gonna attack Templeton.
Oh,
It works.
Yep, that's his movement. And he will take 2 tentacle attacks on you. 16 is going to miss. And a 14 is going to miss.
Woohoo.
Top of the round. Combat bot. 7, apparently. He is prone, so he's going to have to spend half of his movement to stand up. What is his movement? His movement is... Oh. He can still get back up and fight. But I think he's going to shoot his laser. Sorry. He's going to pick 3 targets. He's going to pick Whiplick. He's going to pick Templeton. He's going to pick Abraxas.
It worked again.
18 on Quiplik. Misses.
Correct. That's a miss.
24 on Templeton.
It's a hit.
Your damage. $22 damage.
Oh.
And oh boy, no, that's gonna miss, right? Oh yeah, super AC over there. Yeah, that's gonna miss. Abraxas doesn't even give it the sound at all. Sorry, Templeton. Here you go. Let's see. Is that even a? Oh Lord. He's going to charge Quiplik and make 2 tentacle attacks. One hits for 13 bludgeoning. The other critically fails.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that. What should I do? How about this? You want to take attack of opportunity on him?
I like the way that sounds.
He hurt himself in this confusion.
Especially because I have the feat that lets me. I have Warcaster, and I can cast spells as opportunity attacks. So I'm gonna do. Let's see. I think. How about a nice little primal savagery? I'll take a bite at him. With the primal savagery. 13 to hit.
That's not enough.
Oh well, I took my chance.
Don't forget about your dog. Well, that's not your turn, but on your turn, don't forget about your dog.
Good point.
Templeton, you are hurting.
What was the new rule on quaffing a potion?
You can drink one as a bonus action and roll to see how much it heals you. You may take an entire action to drink it, and then you just get the maximum healing. You may also administer it to somebody else, and they also, as an action, they also get their healing. Maximum healing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use my action to drink my potion of superior healing, and I am going to gain 40 hit points because
That's a good
damn,
use of-
I was hurting.
I need some potions.
yeah, yeah. We need to find a less smart around here.
Or antifreeze.
And hell with it. Bardic Inspiration. I'm just gonna give that to Ret's out as my bonus. And that's it.
All right. Is Abraxas' turn? I just realized it's 10:19. Are we good? Can we at least finish this round?
Sure.
I don't know what people's
Yeah.
bedtimes are.
Yeah, I'm fine for finishing the round.
I think
2 hours ago.
8 p.m.
Yeah, it's up to Bob mostly. Well, do you need to stop right this second, or do you want to finish
Nah.
the round? It's up to
No,
you.
no.
Here's the round.
Joking.
Okay.
No, time got completely away from me. Sorry. So, Abraxas, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
All right. I will.
You
Gonna move back. Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right. Gonna move up to there. And cat. So now that I'm announcing it, it's probably not going to work. I will take the time to aim a couple of cool little eye things. Yep. Fall into place. So this roll comes in at a -5. I'm just going to catbell that right away. And that's a unnatural 20 to hit.
That's just unnatural. Yeah, okay, it hits.
So
Where are you hitting at?
Oh, sorry, the one directly in line in front of Quiplek,
Okay.
right there. So that was 11 plus this d6 for 15 plus 10 for 25 points of lightning damage.
It blasts him. She's definitely damaged pretty badly, but quite. Yeah, he's got some fight in him.
Sure. Let's try shot number 2 then. Ooh, 15 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Okay. 11 plus 10, 21 points of lightning damage. Oh, that's a lot of lightning damage.
He's hurting. If you were to do that much
I
damage to him again, he'd probably be done.
Well, then I do. That's my round.
Red's out. Choices before you again. Either continue to probe more deeply, do both, or you could safely just pick from one, and that might close off the other avenue to you. Or you could try to break your connection and join the fight. And you also have Bardic Inspiration.
All right. What does the bardic inspiration get me?
What is my inspiration worth this time? It's a D10. You can add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
That's awesome.
All right. So I'm gonna try the.
I'm going to allow this. You
dex roll.
previously said you couldn't do that, but go ahead.
Well, that was because I couldn't do it as a reaction, is what I thought it was.
No, before I said he was too deeply in his own world for you to do this, but
Okay.
I'm going to say he is somewhat conscious that there's turmoil around him. So even though he's locked in this alternate, like virtual reality, he can still kind of sense things. So I'm going to say he has an ear open to you.
Okay.
All right, sorry, Rat.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna try both again.
Okay.
The 18.
18 is enough to not fail. You have a flash of memory where you see Yalin, a gaunt man past his physical prime at the console. The moment fades quickly, and you learn you learn something. Hold on a second here. I I have it. Ah, shoot. I swear I put it in here. I just lost it. My bad. You were created 1,000 years ago by Yalin and his partner Wutani. As you already know, you jump through time and space. You haven't actually lived 1,000 years. You were created by Yalin with a hidden code to find magic that he could exploit. You are just about to pull back from this when you get almost an outside code. This isn't something that you're feeling that came from this drawer that you pulled. You hear a woman's voice whisper to you, "You are the engine." From the opposite. You find a link to Thalisk's essence. What that means, you're not sure. Quiplik.
Yep. I am going to cast Toll the Dead on the bot right in front of me. A DC 18 Wisdom save.
Fail, 12.
Okay. All right. It will take 29 plus 5 for 34 necrotic damage.
How you want to do this?
Much the same as the one that Corvex felled. It just sort of rust and oil leaking out, and it just sort of collapses into a molten pile in front of me.
It was this one, right?
Yes, that one.
Yes, all right.
And I'm going to command McGruff to attack the one in the corner. Is that one still prone, or did it right itself?
It stood up.
It stood up? Okay. All right. McGruff has a +3 to his hit. Roll a little d20 here. It's in for a bite attack. McGruff with the... Okay, 19 plus 3. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice. And Mastiffs deal d6 plus 1. Okay. So he chomps down on this bad boy for 5 damage.
Okay, he takes a bite out of the metal, pulls some metal back, exposing some internal bits. Not quite a lot of damage, but he does do something.
Excellent. Good boy, McGruff. You're getting treats after this if you survive.
Corvex, this bot has not taken damage. This bot has.
Yep, I'm targeting the one in the corner with the Toll the Dead. So Wisdom 17.
9, which means no, I didn't succeed in also what I rolled.
Well, that didn't come off as great as the last one, but 21 points of damage. Right.
He's hurt. That did damage.
I was hoping it did more, but okay.
The worker bot here, seeing that you just cast a spell, waves a tentacle at you, trying to swing to hit you. As it does so, it brings its other tentacle down, it rolls a natural 1, and it ruins its second attack.
Nice.
And that brings us to the top of the round, which is where we're going to pause. Is that true?
That would be appreciated, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize for not paying more attention to the
Okay.
time. I was just so
That's
excited
okay.
to play after not playing for a
Yeah.
week. I lost in the time. All right, well, let's get that back up. All right, we will pick this back up hopefully next week. Perhaps we'll be able to explain the sudden reappearance of Arnolf.
He heard there was a fight.
Should Rid show up?
Just runs into the room like, oh, we're fighting?
It was pretty funny in the Discord once you heard from Monday's session that we were going to be doing a boarding party on the other ship. He's like, ooh. So hopefully he'll be back and he'll be able to lend a sort of sharpness to the situation. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out and playing with me. Had a great time. It's a little hairy, a little difficult here. I kind of forgot to nerf that encounter. You're doing all right. You're fine.
We're not dead yet.
Yeah.
So we will we'll call it there. All right. So Sunday, more Kingdom of Steam, I believe. Might be we're going to be down a dungeon master to the normal one. Not that I'm saying Calvin is a normal one, and that or implying that Alex is an abnormal one. I'm saying the normal number of dungeon masters is usually one. And then hopefully Monday will be Pathfinder 2E, where we have a little ship-to-ship combat, and then again next Wednesday around 8:15 we'll be back with more Aetherflux Hunters. So thanks for hanging out with us. Those of you out there on YouTube, like and subscribe below. Click the link below for our Discord. Join the Discord. You will see when we go live and when the other two games go live, because we are on different YouTube channels. But we are all part of one great happy collective. See everybody down the road. Good night, everybody.